Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to try something different and I'm actually going to do my first instructional video. Today we're gonna focus on putting. The reason is because a lot of people have told me that I'm pretty good at putting and I don't know if I agree, but I have my tips and tricks that work for me that might actually work for you guys as well. We are currently really close to 400 subscribers and my goal is to get to 1000 subscribers before the end of 2023. So please help me make my dream come true of being a disc golf YouTuber. This is what I want to do. Let's reach 1000 subscribers by the end of the year together. Let's do it. Come on. So currently my C1 statistic in 2023 is 89%. So it's decent, could always be better. But I'm here today to tell you about my secrets or my tips and tricks. They might work for you as well, so let's get into it. Starting off, we firstly have to realize that everything in disc golf is about timing. And what I mean by that is that in everything you do in disc golf, it's always going to be about timing, because in your form, it's going to be about timing in your body, it's going to be in your hips, how to move your body, when to release the disc. And that also translates to putting. And the one secret that I'm going to teach you today is one that you might not have heard before. But for me, it's the key ingredient to my putt. So the big reveal, according to me, the secret to putting is making an as big and slow motion in your putting routine as possible to make your margin for error bigger. That's kind of the easy way to put it, but I'll show you. Firstly, we have to exaggerate, and I'll show you what I mean about slow and big motion. Firstly, I'll do my normal putt. And then I'll show you the exaggeration of what I mean by big and slow. So what I mean, basically, you want to do such as a big motion as you can and as slow as possible, because your release is going to be more controlled and you're going to have a bigger margin for error compared to if you do a much twitchier and faster putt. Well, like I said, this is an exaggeration. So like this, big and slow. I'm exaggerating, so it's not going to be a clean putt, but you get what I mean. Big and slow. So big motion and slow. Like this. That's exaggerating, but let's exaggerate in the opposite direction. If I do a fast twitchy motion, I'm going to have less margin for error, because the timing, like I told you before, everything is about timing, is going to be like microscopical for you to go exactly straight. If you release it here, it's going to go left. If you release it here, it's going to go in. But if you release it there, it's going to miss to the right. And if you do that really quickly, you're going to have a really small margin for error. So this is what I mean. I'll exaggerate. A fast and twitchy putt, like this. Look, I missed completely right. I'm exaggerating, so I know this looks ridiculous, but stay with me. So it's really hard to get that timing down. But if you do a big and slow kind of controlled putt, you're going to have a bigger margin for error. Back to normal putting. Look at my form. I'm going slow and big. So I'm going down here. I know a lot of people want to go in here to your stomach or like your groin area or even to the side. I like to do it down even further just to get that even bigger motion. Because my timing, if it's here, here or here, it's still going to go in the basket, because I'm doing it so slow that I'm gonna have such a big margin of error and it's still gonna go in. It takes a really bad putt for it to miss the basket. So like that, I early released it. It was a pretty bad putt, but it still went in because I have such a big margin for error. Again. That was perfect timing, so that doesn't matter. But you see what I mean? Big margin for error equals to more made putts. There's a lot of different styles of putts out there, but I would say that this tip translates to every single style of putting. Even if you're straddling, even if you're spin putting, even if you're push putting, all types of putt, if you do them slow, controlled and in a big motion, you're gonna have a bigger margin for error. So let's do some straddle putting as well. And you can just look at the pros while they do this. Look at Kevin Jones for the straddle putt. He's not gonna do this. He's not gonna be that quick and do the putt. He's really slow. Look at him. He goes really deep, almost touching the ground, to get such a big motion as possible. And he does it really slow, goes down and putts. He goes down and putts. I'm not that good at that type of putt. I don't get the clean release, but still the big slow motion. Down and up. I still go in, even though I'm not good at it. I want to cover the spin putt as well. I'm not good at spin putting, so I'm a bad example for it. But you can look at Simon, you can look at Eagle, you can look at all of these guys. They're not doing this fast and twitchy motion, they're doing it slow. Look at Simon, he goes down and he spins it really slowly, just down and up, and just spins it away. He gets that nose up, really nice kind of putt. It's all gonna be about understanding what works for you. What works for me currently is going down here, not all the way down here, and slowly up. That's what I do. But what I want you to do to find out what timing works for you and how big and slow of a motion works for you, I want you to go out, test all these things out. Try the spin putt, try the push putt, try the straddle putt, try everything. Start quick, go slower until you find that sweet spot where you feel like this is really slow and controlled, but it's not too slow that it feels weird. And the best thing about this big and slow motion that I'm talking about is that even when you're nervous, you're shaking, when it comes down to that essential putt, like I said, you're gonna have a bigger margin for error, which translates to a lot more of those putts are going to go in. And like I said, it doesn't really matter what type of putt you have, you always want to go big and slow. This is another example. I'm downhill, 8 meters away from the basket, but I'm still gonna do that big and slow motion. Dead center. And even if I'm on a knee, same thing. You don't want to be quick, you don't want to be twitchy, you will have a smaller margin for error if you do it big and slow. That was just really lucky, it got stuck in my hand. Don't mind that putt. That was also really bad putt, came out weird, still went in because I have such a big margin of error. I'm really bad at putting from a knee, but it's the same thing. Try it out. And one more thing I want to talk about is lining up your body. Before you putt, you want to feel that your body is aiming towards the target. I do that by pumping once and not even trying to aim for the target, just letting my body steer me towards where it wants to go. So if I'm aiming like this, I'm not gonna go like this. I'm gonna feel where my body wants to go, and it's over here. So I adjust. And now my body is aiming straight towards the pole, and then I do my big and slow motion. And it goes straight towards the pole. Let's do that from 10 meters. So pump once. And now I felt my body wanted to go like half a meter to the right of the basket. So I adjust like this. And now a little bit more. Let's pump one more time. Yep, perfect. I want to go straight towards the pole and big and slow. And one more thing to get even a bigger margin of error. If you aim small, you're gonna miss small. So what I'm doing when I'm aiming for the basket, I'm not aiming for the whole thing. I'm picking out from your angle right here. I'm looking at this chain link right here. If I'm aiming there, I'm gonna have this big of a margin for error and it's still gonna go in. But if you're aiming for this and you miss by 20 centimeters, you're gonna miss. But if you aim for this and miss by 20 centimeters, it's still gonna go in the chains and it's still gonna go in the basket. So that's one more thing. Aim small, miss small. So right here from 12 meters, which is about 40 feet. So aim for the small chain link, line up your body, then commit, big and slow. Perfect in the middle. And of course, the further away you are, you have to put a bit more power behind it. So it's gonna be a bit of a quicker pull through, not the reach back. The reach back is always gonna be the same, really slow. Look at Paul McBeth. It goes down like this. It goes down and then putts. So that's my tip for you guys. If you want to hit more of your putts, go big and slow. Try it out. I promise that it's gonna work for a lot of you people out there. It works for me. It's worked for a lot of people that I've taught before. And I know I'm not the best putter in the world, but this trick really did a big difference in my putting. And I'm sure it's gonna help you too. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe and comment down below what you want to see next. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.